Let's roll.
Okay.
How was your day? You were off. Cheers.
Yeah, I was off.
Good to see you. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna be off at 2:00. I guess I'm gonna go to in Suboka and just have a drink. But then you know how that was gonna turn into.
Yeah,
Shit
a long night.
house.
A long night.
And then walking over here like,
You were going to get a margarita?
I was probably gonna sit down, have a beer, and then I'll be like, I'll have one more. I'm like, you know what? I'm in a Mexican place. Give me a shot of tequila. And I'll have a beer. And then I'll be like, oh, fuck it. Let me get one more for the road tequila shot. And then I walk over here like, hey, it's a fucking podcast,
you'd have been
right?
crooked.
Yeah. And I didn't want to come over here crooked, so timing worked out perfect.
Yeah, no. We can maybe go over there later.
Yeah. We'll see when we wrap this up.
Hell
But
yeah.
I ain't worried about that. Dude.
Talk to me about all the stuff you say you want to talk to me about.
Yeah.
Because I got nothing.
So I think you should, when you have like a random story or idea like throughout the week come in your head, just jot it down in your notes somewhere. Because I found that when I try to sit down,
I remember.
my creativity when I try is terrible. It's when I'm just in my day and I think of something, I'm like, oh, that's fucking good. And I write it down. I'm not good if I have to sit down and write names for the podcast.
Right.
But if I'm working, I'll be like, dude, that's a funny name. I'll write that down. So I got like 10 names. We can talk about them. Nothing's set in stone. When I think of something, I'm like, dude, or I hear something or see something, I'm like, that might be funny, or that might be cool, or that might be what we are. I don't know. So I don't think you should just like dedicate time to like
Right.
jotting stuff down. I think you should just be like when a memory comes up in your head, or if you're just like, oh shit, that shit reminded me of that time that motherfucker jumped off that roof. That's funny. All right. Then just talk about it, you know?
Hell yeah.
So after work, like every day, there's a little Exxon like down the street from where I work that's on the way home.
Okay.
And I stop in there and usually like get like a little fun can. That's what we call them, fun cans.
The 16 ounces?
Well, it's just a single little fun ass can. Like I'm not buying a 6-pack of this,
Right.
but I'll get a little.
Yeah, buzz in a can.
Yeah. So I usually stop there, $2, pick it up, roll to the house, sit in the parking lot for like 10, 15 minutes, hit a can, and go up. You know, it's like my decompressing before I go upstairs. Well, I was in there. This was like 2-3 days ago. I was in there in line waiting, and it's a hood store. It's got the fucking...
The one right out
on Bells Road.
Okay, I'm thinking.
No, it's all right. It's where Philip Morris is.
Gotcha.
Right there. It's all right off that exit. It's a little ghetto one where like the cashier's in like a safe box where you can't reach in. So I'm standing there, and you can see the people like that walk up the sidewalk to come to the store. And I see these two people walking up, and I'm like, yeah, that guy looks familiar. And it's Daniel Winestro
Okay.
with like a girl.
In the hood. Well, hood gas.
Well, it's off the interstate.
Gotcha.
So, because I know he's not hood.
No.
No.
That's
Not
what
at
I
all.
was wondering.
That's why it's funny, because that's the last place I'd expected to see him. So he comes in, and then like the way they come in, they don't see me. So I pay for my beer, and then like I look back to see where they're at, and they're like in the candy aisle or something. So I like wait on the other aisle, and then he comes out of the corner, and he's like reading like the nutrition facts of a Dr. Pepper or something.
Okay.
Just fucking drink it. And I'm like, where's the belt? And he literally looked up at me and was like, terrified. I think he thought he was about to get robbed. And then he realized it was me, and he just like rolled his eyes like, because he won the league last year. He has the belt.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, where's the belt? And he was like, oh my God. He was like, I should just have the belt on me all the time so I could just give it to you if I run into you. And I was like, what's up, man? And he was like, we're just going to DC to see some friends, just stopping in and getting some caffeine. And I was like, that's what's up, dude. I was like, be safe and all that shit. But, stop by the apartment anytime you want, drop off the belt because I want to give it to Zach.
Right.
You know where I live. And he was like, okay, yeah, man, we'll do. Never get it, dude.
He'll never
get it. No, I'll get it from eventually.
He'd be like,
Well, it was... He's got like the cartel with him. You're like, hey, you think you're going to take this belt, man?
you think you can take this belt from me?
But no, it's weird because like the year before that, Eder was the champ. And I was like, yo, stop by the house, drop off the belt so I can give it to Daniel. You know what I mean? Or David.
So you get it every year, and you
Yeah,
make
and
the
I like to
transfer.
give it to the person. I'm the commissioner. I like to
Right.
hand the commissioner hands the Super Bowl trophy off to
Right.
the
To
winning team.
To the winning team.
Not the assistant for the team that won last year. Not like some HR rep. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like, hey, we won last year. Here's the trophy. No, it's the commissioner of the league.
Right.
So I like to be like, here's the belt, man. Congrats. But Eder, like the year before, was like, oh, I'll just give it to him, and I was like, whatever.
Trash.
You're out. You're out.
Oh yeah, that's cool. You're out.
You're out. Bye. So I'll hit him up again in like another month and be like, yo, stop by, man. Drop it
It's
off.
funny.
And then I'm just going to start spamming his messenger. Send him a new porn every day until he brings the belt.
I was just thinking, man, I can't wait to get the pallets. It'll be nice.
It will be. But again, it's not going to be perfect. Like,
It won't. It never,
you
but
see
it's
like
always
all
a
those
good
people
progress.
that they constantly change their studio.
Progress.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a little low. It's okay. We have to start somewhere.
That's right. And it's a pretty good place to start.
I think so. Dude, I think it's a lot better than some things you see or hear.
It will be.
Or maybe I'm just fucking crazy.
No.
So that was funny. I just saw that the other day, and I was like, when I ran into him, and that shit just tripped me out. Like, and I was like, damn. It's crazy how like being in a certain place at a certain time as somebody else is wild.
Yeah.
I'd never see that motherfucker. Never. When's the last time you seen?
I don't see a lot of people anymore.
Oh, I
It's
never
so
do.
funny when I met Jenna. Every single time we would go somewhere,
And you run into someone.
I would know somebody.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
And, you know, being like, I felt like a badass. Like, what's up, man? She was like, damn, you know everybody. I was like, I guess so.
She's like, who are you really? You
Knew so many people. You can ask. It was literally like the first 7 times we went somewhere. Always knew somebody. She was like, what the hell?
You know how like you're very thoughtful,
Random
and, like,
people,
deep and
too,
shit
though.
like that. I wonder if like she thought that when y'all first met, and then like everywhere you went, you knew people, and she was like, "Is this guy putting on acts? He really the cool guy?"
Right. That's just like,
Like, this guy knows everybody. Like walks into the bar and bouncer daps him up.
right. Yeah.
Dude likes poetry, but he gets dapped up at bars. I don't know about this fucking guy. That I know exactly what you
Dude.
mean, because when Kaylee would come down here
And-
and stay, like we would go.
Well, that's when we went to District 5 and I knew that
Yeah.
guy. And that's when we ended up at the mansion.
Yeah, like we would just like roll into random places that I've never even been, and
And
it would be
people
like,
wouldn't be
"Hey, man, I ain't seen you in like 2 years," and I'm like all the time she'd be like, "Dang, you know everyone?" I'm like, "No, I don't know anybody."
It has to be about how you build relationships, I think. How you view them.
Yeah,
Lots of people view relationships as like, I'm only going to build it if it's beneficial.
yeah,
So like we talked last night, this is another thing I was thinking, that having deep conversations, you can't have deep conversations in a bar. Doesn't work.
It's
The
not- it's
environment
wrong
isn't-
environment, wrong
not
vibe.
right for it.
it's
Well, we were about to leave, and our conversation ended up taking like another hour, and Jenna had to go to work.
wait, but these were like other
This was
people.
last night. We went to dinner with her brother and his friend, and when we showed up, he was like, "Hey, man, my name's Rob." I was like, "You look familiar." I was like, "Where do you work?" He was like, "I work at the bike shop." I was like, "Oh yeah, I brought my bike to you because Dylan, her brother, told me to take it to you." I was like, "Oh yeah, small world kind of thing." Ended up talking about philosophy and stuff,
Yeah,
and we got talking about altruism, and the question was like, they say that there are, well, because I brought it up and I wanted to check, so when I got home I started reading up more about it, and they say they found genes in people's like genetics that correlate with altruism, which is like
ultra wisdom.
altruism.
Oh, altruism. Yeah,
And so
I
it's-
thought you were saying ultra wisdom, and I was like, you're having a conversation in a bar about
Bro.
ultra wisdom.
Bro.
That's the name of the podcast, ultra wisdom.
for real though.
I really
That's
thought you
great.
were saying
Oh, that's a great name.
ultra wisdom. I was like, yeah.
So it's like the concept that like someone would sacrifice their life like to help someone else. So I look at it like save someone else's life and
Like
sacrifice
push a
your own.
person out of the way of a car and you get hit.
Right. And so
That's what altruism
and
is?
Altruism. That's what it is. It's like when there's no benefit and you're harming or even like I'm gonna look it up.
Like a reaction.
No, and so we thought he brought up a lot of good points, but like one point when he was like, okay, so it's gonna be impacted by your personal relationships. Like I'm gonna jump in front of people quicker for y'all than I would a stranger.
You pushing someone out the way of a car and getting hit by it?
No, maybe not like that.
I don't think me.
But I've always said I'd step in front of a bullet. If someone
for a stranger? Mm-hmm. I think if I saw like a house on fire and someone in it, I'd run into it.
Circumstantial. Like I'm not gonna.
I don't think I step in front of a bullet.
I don't know, man.
I don't know about the car either, but I think if I saw like someone drowning, I'd go help them.
Oh, I'd do that.
Or if like there's a house on fire and someone was in it,
I'm talking about like the choice is like you make the choice and the choice is death. Like that's what it's gonna be. It's not like, well, I might survive. It's like.
But so you think about that in that moment?
It's the belief in or practice of disinterested and selfless concern for the well-being of others. So like.
Yeah, you're not interested. It's not about you. It's about
in zoology
the well-being of
with
others.
animals because it happens, and it's so funny that we talked about this last night. And Jen and I have been watching this thing on Disney Plus called Earth with Will Smith.
Narrates it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's in 4K.
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
I just love watching
It's just
4K stuff,
Earth,
especially
it's
nature.
planet.
Yeah.
It's
but
like,
anyway, it
the
says
gazelles are on the
behavior of an animal that benefits another at its own expense. So I just look like the straight up cut and dry is you sacrifice your life to save someone else's.
And you're saying that's genetic?
They're saying that they've done studies to where they found a couple
some
genes
people have that,
there's a
some people
correlation.
don't.
They don't know what, but there is some sort of correlation apparently. Because my question was, which is how it was posed to me like years ago, was like, how can that behavior of me sacrificing my life like ever evolve and ever continue on? Because
it would die off right
like
there.
kill itself
It
off.
would always just be killed off,
right?
Because it's always sacrificing itself. But maybe the person's never in that moment, so that just passes on to the next
right, and then that's when it becomes
generation.
Like a learned choice.
Yeah, like where you're like, oh, I have this in me, and prior genetics have.
Or just like if the behavior would still happen because of the environment.
I got my 23andMe DNA test kit back.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
So I was like mad nervous that it was gonna come back and it wasn't gonna be any Irish. Cause I was like, dude, I have a clover tattooed on me, like an Irish 3%. Flag in my fucking bathroom. Like, what if your whole life you're like, dude, I'm Italian,
have
and
you
then you
seen
find
the
out
new?
you're Cuban?
Have you seen the new It's Always Sunny?
No, I haven't. You told me it was funny. I don't have that much time. I know. I want to watch it.
Bro, that's pretty much an episode.
I watched the first episode of the new South Park, and I'm like, I'm watching this every Wednesday because that's when it comes on. I watched the first episode. Ain't gone back in 5 weeks.
I haven't watched any of it.
First episode was funny.
I watched the COVID specials.
It was exactly like what you think the episode would be about, like the shit going on right now, like that kind of shit, like
that's how it is now.
School stuff, like relevant. Everything's relevant.
That's how it is.
It's the easiest way to write.
Yeah,
relevant.
Because it just writes for itself.
You just take whatever's going on and just joke. Just yeah.
Yeah.
But so I was like, dude, what if I get this back and there's no Irish? Because I've like gone on about that for a while. We good?
Yeah, I was just checking. I figured I'd clip back there. I can see.
Yeah. So I opened it up and it's like 75% British Irish. 25%
African.
German. So
German.
Straight white people.
Irish, German.
British, Irish, German. There was no other traces of anything else. No sub-Saharan, no African, no
Has
Indian.
Kaylee got
Asian.
hers?
Yeah.
What is hers?
She's like a hardcore German British, but then had like traces
of
like some type of Jewish and some type of Mongolian. Mm-hmm. Like 0.1%. Not a lot. Like nothing crazy.
It's like something happened down the line.
Like when
right, so like that's the percentage that'll be in the girls.
When people roamed the earth and like moved for ice ages, like different clans or tribes or whatever came across each other. And,
that's like what Danny got.
Mm-hmm. So like she had pretty much like British, German, heavy, and then like these little they call them trace, like
Trace
trace.
amounts.
Yeah. So, but I had no trace. I had nothing.
Just
It was straight.
solid.
You're just straight.
It
A
was like
lineage
what,
of white people
60,
fucking.
like 60, 22, 18.
I was 99.9% white. Like they're like, there's always a chance that it could be a 1.01% somewhere, but it was straight up like my whole entire lineage of like family has just fucked white people, like no one else, or made babies with white
I
people.
wonder what I am.
But you know what's crazy? And it's crazy because you start to look, and the report. If we sat
But
here
you
and
know
talked
that
about
they
the
say
whole,
once you send your stuff in, they got you.
no, they don't.
What'd you send in?
Brady's.
Spit? Stop.
No, I'm just kidding. And it would be the same thing.
Yeah,
but
it
you know what's
would.
crazy about 23andMe is that it sends you an insane detailed report. If we sat here and talked about all the stuff it sent me, this podcast would be 4 hours long.
It's crazy.
It tells you like how much Neanderthal DNA you have in your body. 82%. More no. 82% more Neanderthal DNA in me than the average person, or like than other people. Not saying it's 82%, but it's more than 82% of the people.
And so what are the pros and cons of being a Neanderthal?
I don't know. I didn't read that far. But I just started reading the other crazy shit. Like, you have a 37% chance that you have blue eyes.
Me?
Because it doesn't know me. Like, off my
Oh.
report. Because it doesn't know what I look like. It just knows my DNA. It's like, you probably have blue eyes. You probably have brown hair. You sleep on your left side, not your right side. It tells you all this stuff.
Right.
But then it tells you who's related to you, based off people that have taken the 23andMe test. So if you took the 23andMe, right?
It would be like you have a long lost cousin in San Francisco.
Oh, I have like 6,000 relatives. So
That's what it told you.
it's like this person, Susan Langford, and in San Diego, California, shares 0.623% the same DNA of you. You guys are probably somewhere along like third, fourth, fifth cousin. So I took it. So if you took it,
What?
and listen, if you took it and Lucas took it and you didn't tell each other, you would go onto your 23andMe and it would be like, this person right here
Is your brother.
Is your brother, because you guys share 79% of the same DNA.
It'll be like your brother's over here,
So
just so you know.
my Aunt Joyce popped up. It was like, this person's your aunt. You share 28.2% of the same DNA. My cousin Sean popped up.
So they've taken it.
It only works for people who've taken it.
So and it has to be 23andMe.
Yes.
It can't be
because
like,
that's their database.
What's
So,
the other one?
like
there's a couple, right?
I don't know.
There's a couple, right?
Yeah, there's a couple. There's like Ancestry.
Ancestry, right, okay.
So if you took 23andMe, you know what I mean? It takes your sample, it compares it to every other sample they've ever gotten, and it tells you the people that you're related to. So it popped up my Aunt Joyce. It popped up my cousin Scott. And then it said that I have a cousin in Michigan that I have share like 28% of the same DNA. She's like, this is your first cousin. You were heavily related to this
Does
person.
it give you contact information?
Picture, everything. You sent them messages and everything. They
What
never
did you-
answered.
You said, hey, what's up?
I said, well, you have to like click on their profile and hit, I'd like to share my DNA with you. Do you want to share yours with me? And if they agree, you then are connected. You can't just like message them. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you didn't get connected?
She didn't get back. I think a lot of people get it for like a Christmas gift,
And they don't
read
ever
it,
look
and then
back
never
on
go
it.
back on it. So like my Aunt Joyce, my cousin Scott, and this like girl, we all had like in the 20% same DNA. But there was a person that I shared like 50% of the DNA with, and apparently I have a half sister somewhere in Texas. Me and her share like 60 something % of the same DNA.
So that means
it says this person.
it's your
It
father's
says your mother
daughter?
or father.
So it's got to be your father's daughter.
One of your parents, and this person have a kid with another person. This is your half sister.
To tell you how old they are?
They're born in 2004.
Oh, wow.
They're like young, like 14 or 15 years old.
It's got to
In
be
Victoria, Texas.
It's got to be your father.
Yeah, it has to be 100%.
He just stooped a one night stand.
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting.
And then
You
this
should ask him
person
about it.
is apparently, it comes from a Hispanic background. Like all their stuff was like names are Rosas, Rezas, Victoria. It's like, yeah,
Some Mexican
it was like you have a half sister.
chick. He
It was
stooped
crazy.
at a bar.
Oh, just dumped.
I gotta make sure I don't laugh and clip, bro.
Oh, that's when it goes too loud.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. It'll be all right. Man, that's crazy. It logged me. Oh, it didn't log me out. Good.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so like I tried to message her, like connect with her, and she never. It was like the last time she was on was like 4 months ago or something. So I was like, fuck.
Crazy.
So you can hit DNA relatives and look, it says loading your relatives. So yeah, there's my Aunt Joyce, 26.7% of the same DNA. Oh, this person, so she's 18%. Me and her, this chick. Yeah.
You and M.
MF, so that's our initials.
Right.
So M.
Likely share one parent.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's my dad's kid with another woman. Has to be.
Bro, you should ask him.
Yeah,
You don't talk to him like that.
Nah. But I'm just saying.
Next time you see him.
Yeah, but what if I like uncover that he has another kid and he has to then pay child support because he never realized he had a kid? You owe back money.
He'll be like, don't tell nobody, man.
But yeah, dog, look, it shows you like a bunch of people, like this chick Sabrina that I was telling you about. She's my first cousin, Sabrina Lee Master.
She lives in Michigan.
Michigan, born in 1993. We share 9% of the same DNA.
So did Kaylee have any distant relatives?
She had like 10 or 15 that popped up or something like that. And I have 1,497. Justice Kupner
You have
is
those
my
genes,
second
bro.
cousin once removed. We share 2.9% of the DNA.
You have.
Look at the list.
You have.
Look, see the list of all the people and look at the percentage of DNA. You share 2% of the same DNA, 2% of the same DNA, 2% of the same DNA.
So you're all about like the same cousins.
Second cousin,
Like to
once
everybody,
removed.
to all of them.
Yeah. Kaylee had like no one on that list. It was like 10 or 15 people. It was like, this person's probably your first
So
cousin.
you're on like a classic. So y'all have been here for a long time. Is how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We looked that up because it tells you where you migrated from. Like, I'm telling you.
Tells you when you came here.
It's deep. It's deep.
When did
son.
When did your people come here?
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, if we sat here and looked into it, like I can read it to you, but like we would spend the whole time on this.
It's all good.
So there's the breakdown of it, of like what I am.
So it tells you when your ancestors came to this country.
Not like came to it, but like where you migrated from, like
Where'd you come from?
yeah, like
What country?
it like shows you
Like a certain area.
like Africa's where like, you know, the origin of people started and then they migrated, what group you were in. And I'm on like group H that migrated up towards the European
right.
countries. And then from there migrated, you know, to here and then migrated to, you know, there.
Huh.
So
Interesting.
I'm 100% European.
That's great. So you're pretty much Irish British.
Yep. Like I said, Kaylee had traces.
I'll get June to take
My
it.
shit said, you ain't got no traces, dog. You straight white, bro.
Dude.
You straight trash.
You're like that. You're part of Hitler's master race.
100%. 100%.
You kind of look like one.
But yeah, it was fucking funny. Because I was like, dude, I wonder, because like my dad's side, I don't know a lot about at all. And I was like, dude, what if something comes back like crazy?
So I wonder. So this is your mom's side. It always goes back to the mother.
We can look at it like later and talk more about it. Like,
that's
you know,
crazy,
but
man.
it's crazy, but like, no.
So, but it leans like towards the mothers because that's who
No,
had the baby.
it actually, I think, leans towards the
Father?
fathers because the male, I might be wrong, but like it's easier to trace like male origins over women origins. There's like 5 or 6 different groups, and you came from one of those groups. Everyone did. And it's like, you're in haplogroup H.
Huh.
Shit like that. And I'm telling you, they show some
Interesting.
crazy reports. And I was really intrigued by it. But then I was also like kind
Jenna's
of
got
bummed.
Mediterranean.
Yeah, I was kind of
Italian,
bummed the
she's
fact that I
like-
was just straight white, dog. I was like, not bummed, but I was just like, damn, I thought something cool would come up.
Sorry.
It's like, sorry, man, just privilege. Just privilege, bud.
100% privileged.
Nothing but privilege here, dog. You'll be all right. Hey, you'll be okay, man. Sorry, you're
Oh,
not.
dude.
You don't have anything exciting in you.
So
but
like
you'll be able to
you're
pull it.
like 100% hated.
And unathletic.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah! I really gotta figure out if I can smoke weed.
I'm telling you, I just read an
I
article.
know you just read it, bitch. But I
About-
gotta find
it was
facts.
just
I can't be like
questioning.
my friend told me.
No. I'm not giving you any advice on your choice right
Wouldn't
now.
take it.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you that that it's being talked about.
Yeah, I know it is because they're like, bro, people don't want to take a job where they have to pass a drug. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
It's bullshit.
Welcome to.
I should not be.
You should
I
only
shouldn't
have
be
to
fired
if
because
you're
I
on
smoke weed
like subsidized income.
or probation.
Yeah, if you've
Or
been
you
in
break
trouble
laws.
or you are taking government money.
Yeah, I get that, and I agree too. You should pass a drug test as far as like maybe some like different things. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like it's always just evident. And if it's evident, you're like, that person's on something clearly.
Like,
So
do you want someone working for you that has amphetamines in their system?
people, literally, I have seen so many advertisements of ADHD, like get your ADHD medication right here on Instagram.
Yeah, I have too. It's like the new like Romans, the ED pills. You can
Yeah,
just get. You can get like,
It's like,
pills
hey,
now.
chat with our doctor and
hey,
they'll
just tell me
prescribe
you
it.
can't focus. 10 milligrams.
It's amphetamines. It's amphetamines.
Yeah.
You know, it was created in World War II. Mm-hmm. It was created in World War II.
Keep motherfuckers awake.
The Germans made it.
Yeah.
They were giving them
Keep 'em
meth.
rolling.
They were giving them meth. The Germans were on a hell of a lot of cocktails of drugs, bro.
But it's just nuts that something that you can like walk down the street to a store and buy like and is legal like now.
Can kill you.
No, dog.
Oh, you mean
I'm talking about weed.
bud.
Like that I can't even like just go home and I think it should be like alcohol in the same sense
It's just,
where
it will be.
if I get caught at work doing it, oh yeah, you're in trouble, dog.
Of course.
100%.
Of course.
And I would never.
Of
But
course.
when I'm at home in the privacy of my own home,
Do whatever you want.
I should be able to do what I want.
Do whatever you want.
I show up to work
you're
on
an
time
American.
and do my job. It's just dumb that it's taken this long for that to be.
Well, so they had like made it for 2023.
2024 it was originally
The
I believe.
retail,
and they
but-
yes
They bumped it up.
to this year September
No, that's when they're gonna start allowing
shops right.
it, but it's not gonna be regulated until a couple years. But they were like, we just want to give people a safe way to purchase their medication.
Just be real. Like, yo, we're gonna make hella money on taxes off of it. They're gonna make so much money on taxes on it, bro. Just fucking sell it and fix the potholes with the money you make off of it. That's what the
They'll never
tax
fix
money is.
potholes.
No.
They'll never. They always allocate more money.
Bro, you see that fucking casino being built over there?
No?
When you're driving home from work and you pass Philip Morris, you don't see on the left that big ass
Oh, the one casino?
that urban one. You don't see that structure over
I
there?
thought they
Voted-
voted. No.
They did.
It's apartments.
That's not an apartment.
It's something that's like Rocket's Landing. Isn't that the area?
Right next to Philip Morris?
Yeah, like
It's
right north
it's
of it.
right next to Philip Morris, like next to it. This is Philip Morris. You walk across it. It is not an apartment. You don't build. I don't think it's an apartment.
Huh. I
I think
haven't
it's the
seen it. I
casino,
haven't paid
dude.
no
I
attention.
think it's the casino. 100%. I think they're like, yo, we're gonna keep building it and try to vote again. I really do. Because, bro, if you look at it, it's the size of an Amazon warehouse, and it's all concrete.
I haven't seen it.
Look, next time you come home from work, when you pass Philip Morris,
I don't
look
think it's
left.
the casino because they've been talking about putting it in Petersburg.
I know, but how? What is that being built over there though?
I don't know. You could probably look into it.
I know,
I knew that there were people purchasing all that land right there, south side.
Yeah.
North of Philip Morris.
I was trying to see.
And I guess they thought they were going to sell it to the casino.
I was trying to pull it up and look where. Because I couldn't figure out. I was like, bro, how are they, like, literally getting away with it? Because I could have swore it was next to it. And they were building that over there. I mean, it's massive. It's massive. It's a huge concrete structure. It's the size of an Amazon, 1,000,000 square feet. There's not no apartment complex.
Crazy. I don't know.
But it's been tripping me out because like every day I pass it, I pass it every single day, and I see the progress that's being made on it. Because I have to drive that way every single day, you know what I mean? So I'm like, dude, that's the cemetery. I don't know. I'll look at it later, but I don't know. It's been tripping me out. It's been really. They're still building it. I really think it's at the casino. Honestly, I don't know what else would be that freaking big, unless they're building another warehouse. I don't know.
That's their Marlboro Greens.
That'd be sick as fuck.
I thought they already have it in the like.
It's probably definitely in the. It's probably in there, but
I'm feel like the reason.
But they're gonna have to wait for federal.
Philip Morris?
Yeah.
No.
They distribute all over the country. Their cigarettes.
Yeah, but it'll be like some
to distribute.
It'll be some.
They're not looking for in-state. They're looking to distribute to the whole thing.
Well,
federal.
Course.
They're probably the ones that are pushing money to get it passed quicker. You buy a pack of cigarettes anywhere in Wisconsin, you know what it says on the side of it? Philip Morris, Richmond, Virginia.
Everywhere.
They sell cigarettes.
Yeah, they are the cigarette capital.
Yes. So for them to like do greens.
Do you ever go any
they're not going to look to push just Virginia. They're going to.
You ever take any American cigarettes overseas? I know you brought some home.
I brought those Japanese cigarettes
the little
back.
Slim Dogs.
Those are good. I like them.
Them little Slim Dogs.
I don't think you can. I think when you get to different countries and you try to go through customs,
they won't let you bring them in.
They won't let you bring stuff like that.
Not even in your carry. Like I'm a smoker. I got
tried
a fucking carton.
No, I tried to bring. That's why they had those shops in the airports, so you can like buy liquor and cigarettes there. What are they called? Like
duty free.
Duty free, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I tried to bring like a bottle of curry sauce or something.
And they wouldn't let you.
And they threw it out.
In your carry-on.
Yeah, they were like,
you gotta check it.
They're like, nah, dog.
It's because it was in your carry-on.
They're like, yeah, it's trash. That's a liquid. We don't know what's in there.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
I'm like, it's sealed. They're like, yeah, that's the last guy.
I was thinking this too when we were flying. Can't you bring frozen bottles of water? Because it's a solid.
I don't know why we want to bring a frozen bottle of water.
Well, because by the time you get on the plane, it'll be unfrozen.
You don't have a Yeti?
That's what everybody has now.
I know. They'd be like, sir.
Like, dump your liquids here.
Well, you can't bring bottled water through TSA. You have to buy the water on the other side. So how would you get the frozen bottle of water on the other side?
So I'm saying it's ice. It's a solid. It's not liquid.
They'd be like, take this guy back. You're getting strip searched. Is it worth a frozen solid bottle of water?
Next time you'll know not to bring no goddamn ice water.
Frozen water dude's back. Take him out.
Get him out of here.
Hey, you get blacklisted for trying to take a frozen bottle of water.
Bro, I sat literally on the way home.
Oh, did you fly to Richmond?
Flew out of Richmond.
To where?
Flew to Houston.
I was going to say, that was not a straight shot.
Flew to Houston. And then from Houston, flew into Salt Lake. On the way home, flew into Denver. And flew out of Denver to Richmond.
I hear Denver's a crazy airport.
Yeah.
Long lines.
We flew into the same terminal.
Was there long lines?
We almost missed our flight. Our bags missed our flight.
I've had that
So
before.
we had probably less than 10 minutes to get from where we need to go. But we were in Terminal B, so it was the same terminal, which was nice. Good. The only reason we made it. They held our flight for us.
I've got every flight experience that you could have. It's all happened.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Of course.
They had us off on the tarmac one time, like not even at a gate, get off the plane and walk on the fucking, this is a commercial, not military. Like, all right, we know what? We're not going to be able to get a gate, and everyone's got to get on the connecting flight, and that bitch is leaving in 7 minutes. So we're just going to park it here, go down the stairs. You're going to walk. Debrief.
Deplane.
Deplane.
We're going to go ahead and deplane.
How do you like
here.
your pizza, deplane? I like deplane pizza. Deplane. I feel like it's something someone at CC's would say. What flavor? Plain.
Plane coming up.
So no, we had to like literally just run. We had to run to our next flight, and I think it was like Philly or something. Me and Kaylee one time. It was
we ran, bro.
nuts.
I hate that shit.
You're like, I feel like everyone in the airport's like, next time get here earlier. But you're like, that's not what's going on right now.
My flight was delayed because of icing.
Should have
De-icing.
left earlier.
Yeah, they're like,
You're like,
they're laughing at
I
you.
love airport bars though.
You're like,
I love me an airport bar though.
oh yeah,
That's one of my favorites.
it's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, but people that don't, I'm like, fuck you.
It's what you're
I'm gonna
supposed
get
to
a
do.
pretzel and the New York Times. I'm gonna go get housed and talk to some fucking girl from New York and be like, oh, what do you do? You're a writer? Cool.
I love talking to people when I travel.
Something about airport like bar conversations are the best.
Because they're always
would be
from
a
everywhere.
cool-ass podcast.
Where are you from?
That would be a cool podcast.
What do you mean? Just like
Just
do
like
it
an
in the
airport
Richmond
bar.
airport?
You're like, hey,
Where are you from?
you just buy a ticket to go through TSA to sit in the bar and do a podcast. You're like setting up at the bar. And they're like, sir, what are you doing? You're like, oh, podcast.
Dude, how about this? Thinking about podcasts.
Could you do that?
Yeah. I think you probably could.
If you bought a ticket and you went through TSA, you don't have to get on the plane.
Mm-mm.
I've definitely missed flights.
You just bring in a little laptop, but you have this set up.
Yeah. You're like, hey, man, can I talk to you?
It would be like a little like table one. You'd just be like,
here, put these on. Probably get maced now.
no, dude. So speaking of,
This
I
is
watched
bear
Practical
mace.
Jokers, and they were pranking them, and like the prank was, the guy walks out, one of the jokers walk out, and they're like, yeah, the guest never showed up for the podcast. And they're like, I don't know what we're gonna do for the slot. And there's like someone sitting there, and they're like, do you think you could be our guest? And then they just prank the person.
Oh,
they go on the podcast,
Come on.
and the
That'd be
person
pretty cool.
like controls the like sound effects,
Soundboard and stuff?
They're like, yeah. So what do you do? You know, like, oh, I'm like wonk wonk wonk. He's like, sorry, it's just part of the show.
That's what we do here.
It's funny, dude.
No.
I've been watching Impractical Jokers.
They're funny. They're really funny. I like them. I haven't watched it in a long
That dude,
time.
Joe Gatto, he's not on anymore.
He had
Yeah, divorce.
life stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, life stuff.
He stepped away. He was like, I need to focus on myself. My
Stepped
life.
away. He's still on tour doing his comedy though.
Yeah.
He's not doing the show.
There's another dude from Impractical Jokers that does a podcast with a comedian, Chris DiStefano. It's pretty funny. I don't know. I always forget his name, but it's pretty hilarious. They're cool shit.
Oh yeah. I'm also thinking we can push this all the way against here and scoot these out too. Give it some death. So that
Some
way,
death.
Some death.
Give it some
So
fucking
that way we can like
death,
not have
dude.
to like, you know, give some death.
You need some fucking WD-40 on that boy.
That's a new boy.
That's how my legs are in the morning.
Holy shit.
What's your price point on getting knocked out?
How much money?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Like
how much would I
Richmond
let
Coliseum, Saturday night.
knock me out.
You're gonna get knocked out. It's part of the show. We're gonna have a fighter come in. We want you to come fight this guy, but we're gonna have him knock you out. Like you're gonna straight like Jake Paul, Logan Paul stuff. Like we're gonna pay it on the table to get knocked out in this fight. You're not gonna win. You can go in there and do what you want, but you're going to the second round at the start of it. Get knocked out.
That shit can fuck you up for life.
What's your price?
Way too high. They'd never pay it.
What is it? For real. Like, I'm being for real. We go down to Insubuka for a drink.
At least six
And some
figures.
guy in there is like, hey, bud, can I talk to you? You're perfect. You're exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for like a lumberjack looking character. We got
That's
this,
you. That's you.
We
you
got
fucking
this
lumberjack
fight going
bitch.
on this weekend, Saturday night. It's going to be about 5,000 people. It's going to be filmed. It's going to be live. And we're looking for someone to...
What's yours? Like, because you know they're not going to put it on the table. They're not going to put your price on the table.
No. This is like, yo, you're going to get paid this money. It's to be wired into your account
It's
after
unlimited.
the fight.
It's an unlimited, like...
It's going to be wire. We're going to wire into your account. You're getting knocked out in the second round. If you don't do it, you won't get the money. You know what I mean? Like you have to take that shot. You saw the videos where they said that like Paul moved his wrist a certain ways, and that's how Woodley knew like it was the punch was coming. You know what I'm talking about? So he, like when he was like, 'cause they were
saw that.
fighting, and then all of a sudden he was like, and knocked him out. You know what I mean? So they think it's like these guys are making like Ben Askren. They apparently made a dick ton of money. And that's why when he was leaving the ring, he was smiling because he was like, I don't give a fuck. I just got paid whatever.
So much money.
$10 million to get knocked out on pay-per-view. I don't give a fuck.
So much money. You might tell them been knocked out before?
Tell me to come back to Ben Askren. I got something cool to say about him. But how many times have you been knocked out?
Me?
Yeah.
Like with a punch?
Not just in general.
Like choked out?
Just knocked out, unconscious.
Unconscious?
I think twice for me.
Less than 10?
I think 2. No, I know you put me to sleep, but like on the couch when we were fighting
Yeah,
one
like-
time. That I don't count that because that's a second. I'm talking about straight like hit hard enough to where you're like out. I think 2.
Once.
That's why I don't snowboard no more. That hurt.
Maybe once.
Yeah. I think for real, it has to be at least $1 million.
Yeah.
It's got to be at least $1 million.
It can fuck you up for life.
Yeah, it can, but so can snowboarding.
Right.
You do that for free. You pay to go do that, bud. You could land one time on your head and you
Never
don't wear a
walk
helmet.
again.
You don't wear a helmet, do you?
No.
Yeah, so you're paying to do that.
Yeah, everybody out there
You're
has a
telling
helmet
me
on. Everybody out there is a lot smarter than me.
It's smart because the last time I went snowboarding will be the last time I ever go snowboarding again. I'll never go snowboarding again. I sold my snowboards.
Don't do things like I used to. I don't bomb the mountain like I used to because it's scary.
Yeah.
I took one hard fall 2 years ago in Canada.
Yeah. It hurts.
And I was like, I can't, and I was okay. Like, didn't hurt anything on my body, but I was going at least 30 miles per hour. At least.
You knew what could have happened.
I'm pretty sure I was going faster. I'm saying 30 because I know that's minimum.
Yeah.
And I was unscathed.
Probably
But I was
something.
like, yo, that's
dangerous.
That's dangerous.
It's dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this time I went out there because that was 3 days of dogging and that was the last day. Your body's done. And I was like, one more bomb down the mountain.
And yeah.
Caught an edge.
Yeah.
So this time I took a day in between and I just
that
didn't go
better?
as hard. So much better.
Enjoyed it.
So much better.
Yeah. Last time I went was when we went and Kyle's parents were with us. And they had that little cabin. The
Wintergreen?
Was it
Snowshoe?
snowshoe? Yeah. And Mike burnt the s'mores in the oven.
No, he burnt the turkey in the.
He burnt something
the
in the
wild
kitchen.
turkey in the fireplace. Was that? Were you there?
No. This is when he was cooking s'mores in the stove, bro, and hit the broil, and the bitch was smoking and set the fire alarm off.
I don't remember that.
That was a while ago, but that was the last time I went snowboarding, and I caught an edge, and I hit my head hard, and it was one of those.
That's when you made the video, Scott Calvin video.
Yes. Does this look like a little weight? Yes.
The Scott Calvin
Yes.
video.
Yes. And I remember I was like, y'all stayed at like skiing and snowboarding for the day. And I was like, I'm going to go back. I don't really feel too good. I'm pretty sure I had a concussion. I'm pretty sure because I remember I hit my head so hard that it like scared me. Like I remember being like, I don't know if I should go lay down. Because you're not supposed to go lay down.
You're not supposed to sleep.
And what did I go do? I went and slept.
It's horrible.
And I did. I woke up.
That's
thank
how
God.
Bob Saget died.
Yeah. And I remember being like, I don't think I'll ever snowboard again. It was way too hard. It's like when Shaun White had that one bad fall, and they said it took him a minute before he could like hit the fucking big air again because
Yeah.
it was. Now when I think about it, I'm like, I don't want no part of it. I'm good. I think my adrenaline junkie.
Did you watch his finals run?
You know what? I
didn't watch the
haven't
Olympics?
watched. I watched like
It's over.
30 minutes.
Closing ceremony was last
I
night.
watched like 30 minutes.
That dog in the Olympics every single time it's out, bro.
I always do too. I
watch everything.
watch like 30 minutes.
Watch
I watch
everything.
what do they go when they go down the hill and they jump skiing? Like fucking fly.
Like ski jumping.
Like
They're flying,
they're
yeah.
wearing those suits.
So yeah, there's 5 ski jumpers got disqualified because they said their suits were a little too baggy and helping them fly. China disqualified them. They disqualified a lot of people in a lot of events. In a lot of events.
Yeah, no, I keep
For
getting
some dumb
alerts. It's
stuff.
like another hard fall for Russia as the figure skater.
Oh, she
I don't
was
know.
doping again.
Yeah, I don't know. I
They
don't
said
know.
it was her
I wasn't-
grandfather's medication.
She's like, about to hit this fucking
She
900.
was the only person to hit 5 quad corks. I'm telling you, I know my Olympics, bro.
Because you've been watching them.
I love it, dude.
In 6 months from now, if I said, dude, you ever hit 5 quad corks? You'll go, I don't drink wine.
No, dude, I love it. I watch it every time, and every single couple of years, I have all the snaps to prove it.
I always used to. I remember my whole life, I've always been the person that stays up till and watches. I love them. Something about this year just.
They said it was the worst year. They actually
didn't
quoted.
feel it.
I saw the headline quote disaster.
I just didn't, because leading up to it, it was so like, these people aren't going to go. The representatives aren't going to be here. It's not going to be
All
as
the
competitive
politics.
and it just felt like before we even got there that it was like,
How about the
I don't want to see it.
the San Francisco born
I don't-
Asian American?
Bro, I don't know.
I'm about to tell you.
Tell me.
Her name's Eileen Gu, and her mother is Chinese and her father's American. And she skied for China.
So her father's name is Goo and he's American?
Yeah. Maybe she took her mother's name.
Let me see his fucking 23 name. So Eileen Gu, right? What about her?
Yeah, so she skied for China, and she was the first women's.
Oh, yeah.
She was the first women's skier to get 3 gold medals.
She went representing China.
Yep.
Yep.
She's 16, I think.
Yep.
16 years old.
That's a hyper-focused, strict house.
So this is another thing.
That's got to be a hardcore.
This is another thing. She said she wanted to like spread skiing, like go through China and like pump up the sport in China. And I was like, I wonder how much these Olympians get paid when they win. So I looked it up because Google. Americans, when they win gold,
Who pays them?
the government, the Olympic Committee. It's like their Olympic Committee for each nation.
I didn't know they got paid. I thought they got sponsors.
So they get sponsor money too,
Yeah.
but each Olympic Committee of each country pays their
I know that.
athletes. Americans get 37 grand
For gold?
for gold. Guess how much Chinese people get?
37 grand for an American to get gold? 100,000.
Yeah, 160.
Yeah.
So if I was 16 years old and someone said you want to ski for China, instead of making 100 grand,
You're going to make...
400, half a mil. Over
You trust in
$500,000.
China to write that check?
I mean, if they write it, they write it.
And if
I see, but then that's the thing too. Like, it's just girl 16.
Yeah.
Someone advised her to do this.
Of course. Sports
And
agent or something.
somebody,
Yeah, they're not.
a group of
they ain't
people,
making their
including
own
her family,
decisions.
maybe,
They're not
but
making their
like,
own decisions.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
I would rather represent America because I think you would get...
That's because you're 100% white.
Yeah. Last name's not Goo, it's Johnson.
I couldn't do it.
Do what?
But
Represent China?
maybe that's because I'm not like
Represent China or...
represent another country. I guess China specifically.
Oh, no, I think... No, I agree with you. It doesn't have to be China. It could be, I would
Yeah, right.
represent it. If I had the choice, it's like America or another one, and I live here, fuck would I
Right.
represent
Born here,
this?
lived here, right?
Now, if I lived in China and my dad was American and my mom was Chinese, or we grew up and lived in China, then I would represent China.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
100%.
There's a lot of white people
like,
on China's hockey
there's
team.
Basketball players that are like from Greece that go play in the Olympics, and they're like, I play for Greece. Who else is seven?
But they play in the NBA.
But they play in the NBA, and
Yeah.
they live in America. But they're like Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I don't know much about basketball.
He's Greek. I mean,
Didn't we play fantasy basketball that year?
like,
Were you a part of that league?
I played 1 year with like Aaron Jacobs.
I think I
It was
played
like
with
Kyle
Aaron
and
Jacobs.
Chatwit and shit.
It was like 8 of us.
It was something like that. One.
Yeah, I know. It
I
was
had,
easy.
I had Steph Curry.
It felt
And
easy,
he made
didn't it?
7,000 3-pointers that year, and I was just like, oh, that was easy.
Yeah, it felt easy, didn't it?
Yeah, but I didn't pay attention to it.
I didn't pay attention to it
drafted
either, but I
and
just knew,
started
like-
the players I drafted. That was it.
You're starting 6 people.
I played baseball this year. Never again.
That's crazy. I'll never do that.
Again. Like,
180
just
games.
I was lost. Oh, just the positions too. I just didn't get it, and the way they kept stats. It was terrible.
It's crazy.
I couldn't figure it out. Couldn't figure it out.
Did you finish yours?
Yeah, she's done. We'll wrap this up with a little end something, and we'll fucking call it a day on the first one.
We can call it.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing else to say?
No, I mean,
We ain't got to say anything.
no. Oh no, I'm just
Signing out again, this is Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
This is
was funny.
Ron Burgundy.
So we talked about like something with like along the lines of like something mellow, but I could never come up with anything really. So I just started like when shit came to me, I was just like, I'm writing that down.
Well, UltraWisdom.
UltraWisdom, I really that's fucking gold. That one's going on the list. Ultra Wisdom's funny.
Ultra Wisdom.
Um,
Zoltan. I felt like I had to say
Zol-
Zoltan afterwards.
That's funny you said that. That's really funny you said that. You know how like we were talking about earlier, like how like
Olier, the hockey player.
Olier. You know, we're talking about Olier. Earlier that like people in like times and places and being in the same place forever. Kyle literally texted me like 2 days ago, maybe a day ago. I'm trying to find it.
Olier, yeah, he scored 3 goals against Canada.
Yeah, he scored against Olier. Look,
Yeah,
like no joke, it was like 2 days ago.
because we seen some motherfuckers on the ski slope.
He just sent me that randomly Friday at 12:30 in the afternoon. I was like, Zoltan.
We seen some motherfuckers in those suits on the ski
So I
slopes.
sent him that back.
Peter Pan. How's that pot stuck on there, man?
Glue.
Glue.
Oh, names. Yeah, I don't know what else would be stuck on there.
Glue.
Casket Bros.
Like dead.
Till death.
Do us part.
Brothers.
So do it till death do us part.
Yeah, dude. Casket Bros.
Bury me inside a jewelry store.
Yeah. It's your birthday. We going party. You see all that shit?
Yeah, did you
was
see that
funny.
meme?
Yeah, it was funny as shit, dog.
Did I send
Motherfucker
you,
said inflation got 50 cents as a dollar.
did I send you the meme?
No, you didn't send it to me. Someone sent me some shit like that. Grinders.
Grinders?
Yeah.
That's fucking homosexual.
Maybe. Oh, it is. Yeah. I forgot. Again, these are names that come up.
Grinders.
Next year or next time. Like one of those two. Pipe dogs, because we lay pipe. Just straight pipe dogs.
That's like the small print. Pipe dogs, because we lay pipe.
You're like at dinner with some nice people and friends and like family members, and they're like,
stupid,
"Put your podcast." You're like, "Pipe dogs." I'm like, "Why?" You're like, "Because we lay pipe." Oh no, I did not see that one. That's
the
funny.
Super Bowl.
I mean, I saw the Super Bowl. I didn't
Fat
see
50.
that meme, dog. I didn't see
Old
that
Fat
meme.
50.
That shit's funny. Toothpicks. I thought toothpicks was cool because we always used to be like. I was trying to think of shit like
I got toothpicks.
about us, like, you know what I mean. I wasn't just trying to be
Oh, I got you.
like random shit, you know.
I'm on YouTube. I'm gonna pull up
Toothpicks I thought was cool.
I like that.
A little logo with like 2 little toothpicks. We'll get some pocket tees and those 2 toothpicks on the pocket. Pipe dogs, because we lay pipe for
I don't know if I said that one already, but
anomalies,
anomaly.
backyard fire, spare chance.
Spare any chance?
I saw a homeless person and I was like, not spare change, spare chance. Can you spare any chance? Chance that I might get a fucking drink tonight. And Ultra Wisdom, that's where we're at right now. There's just some shit that came
Ultra
up.
Wisdom.
Ultra Wisdom, I think, is money.
Because it's like kind of like
Because
a
it
joke.
came up as
It's kind of
like
like a joke.
Ultra Wisdom. I think that should be the name of our podcast. That was perfect. First episode should be called Figuring Out the Name. Or We Got the Name.
Ultra Wisdom. I like it.
I like it too. All right. Until next time, brother. Love you.
Podcast is named Ultra
Love you.
Wisdom. Ultra Wisdom.
Yep.
All right.